Wildcat Live is a student-produced publication. All content and editorial decisions are made by the staff and do not reflect the views of West Johnston High School or Johnston County Schools.
Good morning, I'm Abby Pressley.
And I'm Brandon Wiggins. Welcome to this week's episode of Wildcat Live.
On Tuesday, May 6th, North Carolina will hold its primary election. Chief District Court Judge Andy Corbett and Social Studies teacher Mrs. Stroud discuss why it's important for young people to vote and specific campaigns targeting younger voters.
So it's important for young people to vote because of many complex issues facing the country today. Some of them may affect them in their jobs and their life, for everything from marriage to jobs to education. Environment, look at all the environmental problems we're having. So they need to become involved, become informed, and participate in the process. Their elected officials can make decisions that will affect their lives for many years to come. Participate, get out and vote, and get to work for candidates about who want to run for office and be a part of the political process.
And Rock the Vote is a 20-year-old program that MTV started, and they started it to get young people to vote. They've registered about 5 million people. It was a merger between political activism and popular culture. The propaganda posters that you might have seen around the school were created by AP government students, and they were created as a practice in propaganda and trying to get young people to vote and encourage their peers to vote. You register to vote in Johnston County if you're 18 years of age, or you'll be 18 years of age by the time the election occurs. You have to be a U.S. citizen, and you also have to be a resident of Johnston County for at least 30 days prior to the election. You can go to a DMV, you can go to a town hall, you can go to a public library, you can pick up a registration form right here in room 418, and you can fill that form out and you send it back to the Board of Elections in Smithfield.
I plan on voting. What about you?
Well, I'm not 18 yet, but when I turn 18, I'm probably going to vote. Erik Beene reports on last Friday's military ball.
Blake Yoder talked about the military ball, what happened there, and the perks of being in JROTC.
Military ball is something we do at the end of the year. Every year in JROTC. It's kind of like a big formal ball that we have. It's like the last shebang for JROTC, the last thing we do of the year. It's kind of really big. Everyone looks forward to it. We just use it to recognize cadets that have done good in the year. Prom is kind of like something that everyone's invited to. I guess I like to think it's a lot more formal because it's a big ceremony. We always have a guest speaker. There's a receiving line. It's a lot different, and I think it's a lot more fun than prom is too. Guest speaker this year was Staff Sergeant Lunsford. He was in Fort Hood during the shooting. He was actually shot 7 times, 6 times in the torso and 1 through the head, and survived and still managed to save people. And he had a very good speech for us. It was very, very good. Some of the perks is, look good in that uniform. I don't know about you, but I love wearing the uniform. I love the brotherhood that we kind of have. The awards that's our way of recognizing the cadets that have done well. They're all for different things, and there's all different kinds. We have sponsors that come and bring awards with them. So they're a big deal. Get your uniform nice and decorated.
I'm Erik Beene, Wildcat Live.
Thanks, Erik.
Katherine Serrell shows us what goes on behind the curtains of The Wizard of Oz.
It is not a mystery that a lot of hard work goes in making the annual musical a success. Dancers, actors, and musicians are applauded. Oftentimes, behind-the-scenes work goes unnoticed.
Jonathan Parton gave an inside look.
I think behind the scenes, we make the musical. We add most of the effects into the musical that make it fun and enjoyable to watch. People do pyrotechnics, and there's people who make them fly in the air, and there's people who light up the stage to make you be able to see them. We have sparks, we have fire, we have flash paper, and it's all to add the effect of the Bad Witch. Also, we have flying this year.
Jason Simon, a flight crew member, discusses the technicalities of flying.
I help fly the people across the stage during the musical. We installed the flight system just for this musical, so it's the first time we've ever had this at West Johnston. One person has to pull them up, and there's no locking system, so one person is always holding them up. And it reduces the weight by about 20%, so you're still holding about 80% of a person's body weight. A big part of this musical this year is the hair and makeup crew, because they do a lot to get these cast members looking great.
It's fun to actually see the looks on stage. We don't have much time. For the Scarecrow, we have about 10 minutes. The Tin Man has about 15, and the Lion has about 20. There's certain people that have to be done before other people because they enter on, and there's probably about 5 or 10 minutes to get all the monkeys done. We get compliments at the end and stuff. People come up and they talk about how good the makeup was, and that's good to see that and feel it.
And without us, personally, I believe that it wouldn't be as awesome as it truly is. So come on and watch us Friday night at 7, Saturday night at 2 and 7, and also Thursday, don't forget the student night, 7 o'clock.
Come out and see the Wizard of Oz and hear me sing. I were king of the forest, so maybe I could find a little courage.
I'm Katherine Serrell, Wildcat Live.
Thanks, Katherine.
If you're interested in getting involved in our community, Merkousko shows us a new way to give back.
The Do Something Club volunteered at its first event, the March of Dimes. Jamie Snover tells us more.
The Do Something Club involves community service for everyone to just get involved in the community and do something good. This past Saturday, we went to the March of Dimes, which is in Morrisville, and it's a march for babies. And we all just volunteered. We helped out on the route. We told people where to park. We did the cleanup. It was a really fun time. We have an event that's going to be week-long soon, and I'm not sure the specific details, but just save up your change. And we're also going to have a mud run, and we're all going to volunteer, and you can also run afterwards if you want to. And we have lots of events for the next year. It's going to be just a lot of fun. Everyone's welcome for the Do Something. You can get a sign-up sheet in Miss Nyman's room, and it's completely free of charge. The only thing you have to pay for is the t-shirt, which is $10. Just get ready for the upcoming activities for next year, and just try to get all your friends to be involved.
If you're interested in Do Something, you can sign up in room 128. I'm Noah Merkousko, Wildcat Live.
Thanks, Noah.
Spring sports season is coming to an end. Madison Bell talks to one of the JV baseball players.
Blake Eason speaks about how long he's been playing baseball and this season's successes.
I pitch and played third. I've been playing ball since I was in T-ball, played all the way up till now, and I do hope to make a career out of baseball. I want to go to college really anywhere that'll take me. The first half of the season we started off with a lot of wins, and we're scoring a lot of runs, so I think the rest of the season will be pretty good. We're undefeated in conference so far, and I don't really see anybody beating us in the future. We've always had a winning tradition here.
Blake also gave insight on the upcoming years as well as the team's strengths and key players.
There's only 3 sophomores and about 14 freshmen, so I think we'll have a really good foundation for the next year. I think we should be pretty strong. We have dominant pitching, really dominant pitching, and our lineup is stacked with great hitters. We always score a lot of runs and have a lot of energy. We have Jake Strickland. He's in center field, so he's like the leader of the outfield. We have me, Tony Mack, and Garrett Giddens in the infield. We're all pretty strong there. And Cameron Myers, he's a great pitcher for us. We got a lot of key players that help us out a lot.
Come out and support the JV and varsity Wildcats as they take on crosstown rival South Johnston in the Military Appreciation Game. I'm Madison Bell, Wildcat Live.
Thanks, Madison.
This week on Wildcat on the Street, we asked you if you could change one thing about West, what would it be?
So if you could change one thing about West, what would it be?
I just wish we had better classes and interesting classes and teachers.
Get rid of the senior project because, you know, it's really been kicking my butt. It's just not for me.
I think we should have power lunch back. The junior paper, I don't like it.
I had to say the new lunch schedule. I liked power lunch before, and I don't really like this one.
That we can go off campus during lunch.
I think we should be able to use electronic cigarettes.
If you have any story ideas, email us at wjhs.wildcatlive@gmail.com. I'm Brandon Wiggins.
And I'm Abby Pressley. Thanks and have a great day. No, I have a gut. I can't even believe.
Oh man, my hair.
Good morning. Oh no.
I didn't think I had to play yet.
But your hand was already.